everybody from here at Heritage Hill. I'm Christine, and I'm going to bring you a little taste of history today. So we're going to be working on a little butter making. We know that you guys are exploring the adventures of homeschooling, and thought we could bring a little activity, break up the day a little bit. It's fun for all ages, and it's a pretty tasty treat. And hopefully some supplies that everybody has at home. So we're going to be using some of these small mason jars today. So you're just going to want a small container, very similar to this. If you've got some of these mason jars, that's perfect. You just want to make sure you have something with that sealable lid, something that's not going to come off to prevent any of those leaks and spills. Next, you're going to need some heavy whipping cream, probably from that recipe that called for 1 tablespoon of heavy whipping cream, and then you've got an entire carton left. We've got a way to use that for you. So we're going to need that. You're going to want a bowl and some kind of spatula to kind of mix your butter. You want another extra container, some water, and then some salt. And probably some towels for those spills that are bound to happen. So to get started, we're just going to take that heavy whipping cream, we're going to put it in the jar here, or in your container. Now you only want to put about 1 inch, maybe 1.5 inches, and maybe about 2 fingers worth. If you have bigger fingers, just the 1. So not a lot, about 1/4 of the way filled of your container. And then we're going to start shaking. So we're going to shake for about 10 to maybe 20 minutes. And that's actually going to create our... You're going to need your water. You're just going to pour a little bit right onto your butter there. And then you're going to take your spatula or whatever device you're using, maybe a little spoon, and you're just going to actually press your butter, just like that. And if you can kind of see there, all that buttermilk is coming out of the butter. And then you can just take that water and you can pour it right into your sink. I've got a little slop bucket next to me. It's what our Belgian farm families would have used. That's what they would have actually fed their pigs. Pigs love the slop bucket water, especially when it had a little bit of that buttermilk in it. So you only need to do this a few times, maybe once or twice. We aren't super worried about that buttermilk since you're probably going to be using this pretty quickly. But you do want to wash it just a bit, get that buttermilk out, and kind of take out some of that sour flavor as well. And as you can see, our water is pretty clear here. So the next stage of our butter making process is to add a little bit of salt. Now we're going to do this mostly for flavor today, but our Belgian farm families would have also done this for a little bit of preservation. Since salt is a natural preservative, it's going to help keep that butter from souring. It's going to make it last just a little bit longer. So we'll put a little bit in there. I know I like a little bit of salt. And just mix that all up. Alright guys, so that is our finished butter product. So please let us know how your butter turned out. We'd love to hear how you enjoyed this experience. Let us know how it tasted. So send us your videos and your pictures. We'd love to see all that stuff. And thanks so much for joining us here today. Now the park is actually open and available for walking. The trails are all open. Now our buildings and our Fort Dahlen Children's Interactive Learning Center is shut down currently. We don't have restrooms available at the park, so try to plan accordingly when you guys come to visit. Otherwise, we'd love to see you out and walking about. I'm sure you guys have that cabin fever. And thanks so much for joining us here today for this video.